Why is it when there's cheap money or free money staring people in the face, they don't get off their butt and go grab it? What makes it so difficult to get that through your head that there's easier ways to improve your situation? It seems like every time price skyrockets with regard to silver and gold, particularly silver, people forget about the really obvious ways there are to get your hands on some without going to the bullion dealers, without going to the coin shop, without buying peer-to-peer on, eBay or wherever it is you buy your metals. Coin roll hunting. Why don't people do it? Why don't people do it more often? Well, okay, so there's a few reasons. First, it's not the easiest thing in the world to know what you're looking at. But there's a few easy videos that you can watch about, coin roll hunting and going through something like this and being able to easily tell once you open this, is there silver in it? But also, the other hard part about it is when you're going through, coin roll hunting or things like that, there's so many other things that could be in there that you should be on the lookout for. Whether it's key dates on, whatever coin you're actually looking for, which is, let's say quarters or dimes or whatever. But also, just different things that you find inside these coin rolls. Interestingly, a lot of people, that do the coin roll hunting find foreign coins and just all kinds of things that are buried in here that the bank is too lazy to kind of look through and see, hey, what's in there. So it's always like an easy venture, but people really don't do it anymore. And I think the reason for that is kind of obvious, because a lot of the silver and gold's already been picked through. You think about it, and it's been what, 50 years since there was silver in the money, and people probably didn't even realize then that it would really be that big of a deal that it is now, that the metals or the coinage doesn't have really any precious metals content. But you think about it, even pennies, copper, the fact that they're worth more as copper than what the value of the cent. And again, we don't have pennies, we have cents, even though they blasphemously refer to it as the penny. That's a British term. We have cents here in America. Anyway, why is it that it's so hard for people to take advantage of the opportunities right in front of them? Even if you find what is it, $2 worth of constitutional in there, that's an ounce of silver, right? It's $1.70 of silver, or $1.70 of face value in constitutional is an ounce. It's pretty cool. It's pretty easy, right? But people just don't take the time. Now, gold, you're probably not going to find that in the coin roll, and if you do, I definitely want to know about it. I want to know what bank's giving that out. But it's interesting that, again, all of these different things, people always race to. First, they race to YouTube so they can find a channel to tell them to buy at ATMEX or SD Bullion or JM Bullion, and then they pay top dollar right before the spot price crashes, like what we just saw. And make no mistake, spot price definitely did crash. If the stock market fell 10% in less than a month, yeah, everybody would be talking about it. It's happened before, and it was on everybody's mind. But it happens to silver, and people would just kind of shrug it off. Yeah. It's again, silver is definitely not without risk. It has pros and cons like everything else. But that being said, if you can get your hands on the free stuff, I don't know exactly what year Canada stopped having precious metals content in their junk, but from my video earlier, it appears that Canadian or foreign junk silver just doesn't hold its value as well as good old American constitutional, for whatever reason. Maybe it's the same reason as the Eagles, that if it's American, it just happens to hold on to its value. Now, I would think, especially with like Mexican silver, when you look at the onzas or things like that, they're pretty nice coins. You know what I mean? They have a lot of detail, pretty good looking stuff, but yet for some reason they're not worth as much as the comparable American junk silver. Now, an onza, I believe, is an ounce of silver, if I'm not mistaken. But just constitutional versus foreign silver just doesn't seem to be a good comparison. Myself, I have a good amount of Canadian junk silver, but I understand that there's some key dates and different things in there that I haven't looked into. Thanks to Canadian Stacker for letting me know that I should be on the lookout for that kind of thing, because I had no idea. I probably have maybe $40 worth of the goose coins, the geese and the First Nations. So like these guys from Canada and the geese version. So that's a pretty good haul, right? That's quite a few ounces that are there ready for the picking. And I'm sure if there is key dates, they're probably buried in there somewhere, at least a few of them. Now, they're obviously going to be highly circulated and not in the greatest condition, so I'm not worried about it. But again, all of these different opportunities are staring you in the face, and yet you just don't take the time to go look at them. Why? Maybe because it's not as glamorous. That's definitely a common failing in our society, that if it's not glamorous or flashy, people just don't like to do it. They don't want to get their hands dirty and do the, boring, it works if you do it kind of thing. They'd rather, go for the long shot and buy, a 100-ounce bar and then watch it fall hundreds of dollars in value right after they bought it. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game for stacking. Again, if you haven't gotten burned over and over again, you're not really a stacker. You're either new or you're really, really lucky, and you need to call me so that we can go to the craps table at Vegas. But I mean, these kind of times, when you see these big price jumps in spot, you got to be looking for the easy opportunities, whether it's coin roll hunting, whether it's buying it off people who, just need to sell grandpa's stack, whatever it is. Look for that opportunity, because you don't get them often.